Contrary to popular belief, the last wave of Animorphs Deluxes, Jake Stingray and Taxxon Alien, were released, just not in the States. Only Europe, possibly elsewhere, you're free to correct me. Exclusive to the books, the Taxxon are a race of hideous, cannibalistic, insectoid aliens willingly allied with the Yeerks, who in the bio have granted the Taxxon their share of the stolen morph tech. With the toys, the one edge the alien characters have is, well, they're aliens. In theory, the human characters need to look recognizable as humans, as well as the creature/morph in question. Well, they're halfway there. Being fictional, I feel the aliens can get away with slight alterations in design, while staying somewhat faithful to the source material. Helping here is that the figure turns into a species completely canon to the toy line. As for the Taxxon itself, I only have artwork to go by, but they come across as carnivorous mutated millipedes. Comparing the two, there are some deviances. The lack of legs is understandable, it's a small toy, though the body is flatter and fatter than it should be. Guess he had a snack. Also, the four eyes are positioned below the mouth instead of around it, and they're recessed, presumably so they don't break. Color-wise, they're all green instead of red. The body is orange, not puke yellow. Well, there is some on the back, as well as underneath, though the orange is still dominant, and the legs are blue-black instead of orange-brown. For similarities, the body is segmented. You have the leech-like mouth with sharp teeth, the correct number of eyes, and possibly the stinger. The picture crops off the tail. So while not exactly accurate, it's still an incredibly savage-looking alien that I hope to Primus does not exist out there. Seriously, why do the Taxxon want to morph again? The stinger is posable, as is each individual limb. You also have the first of two gimmicks, where you roll the toy on these two wheels, and the rear legs crawl front to back. Or vice versa, I can't really tell. The ratchets inside are so strong, I honestly feel like I'm breaking the toy. As mentioned earlier, this alien is completely made up. It doesn't exist in the books or the show. So we've basically gone from a mutant bug to a mutant ostrich. The only new parts are the head, man that's a vicious looking bugger, and the extra pair of legs. Everything else is pretty much the Taxxon compressed into a ball. Funny how this is called Alien, when the toy's other gimmick reminds me of another alien. Pull the switch underneath the right shell piece, and the head springs forward. Or at least it would, if not for those friggin' panels. I get the feeling you can do this by pressing the shell itself, but I've had no such luck. As for articulation, you have multiple joints in these new legs, the waist, the neck when extended, and you can pose his other limbs how you wish. But as we've learned from Revenge of the Fallen, crappy feet and top heaviness don't mix. Not helping is that the upper and lower body halves don't really lock together. There's no tabs or slots. Nothing. There's just not a lot you can do with this, and for a fairly dynamic looking design, that's just wrong. While a definite break from the norm when it comes to this line, with its other flaws, I can't really justify the prices I see this going for online. If Taxxon Alien was released worldwide at its intended price, I'd have mildly recommended it, but unless you're a hardcore Animorphs fan, it isn't worth the bother.